Hunter Dyer, and we will be covering how to write and prepare for a public presentation. We will be covering organization, word choice, introduction, body, closing, visual aids, and how to prepare for a speech. Organization is one of the most important things to consider when writing and preparing your speech. Organization helps your speech flow more naturally. The 4 steps you should follow when writing and organizing a speech are to determine the topic, write the topic, research, and outline. Word choice is very important when you're writing a speech. If you don't have word choice, then your audience may not be able to follow you. Some of the tips you should keep in mind while writing your speech are to be smooth, be vivid, and to use transition words. Using transition words will allow you to flow from point to point without losing your audience. And also, don't tell very many jokes. Because if you're giving a serious report, a joke could be lighthearted, and then that wouldn't keep your audience as serious as you want them to be. Your introduction to your speech is very important. It introduces your audience to what you're talking about. 3 ways to start off an introduction are to tell a story, a narrative, such as your own story or somebody else's, and make sure it relates to the actual topic. The second way is to start with a quote, and the third way is to challenge the audience. And whatever you do, do not apologize to the audience. Don't apologize for wasting their time or anything of the sort. If you mess up in the middle of your speech, just act like it was on purpose and go on. When you're writing the body of your essay, it is very important to include lots of supporting details. You want to have 3 main points throughout your body. That way you convey 3 important points to the audience and it makes it interesting. You also want to have lots of support details so your essay or speech doesn't crumble. And also, when you're writing a speech that has a time limit, remember the average human speaks 120 words a minute. This will help you gauge how many words you should make your essay. When doing your conclusion, you should always re-summarize the 3 main points you said in your body. And if you have any opinions you would like to add them in the conclusion. And by going over the 3 main points again, you will eliminate any questions the audience may have. When doing an illustrated speech, you may use visuals. Visuals can be anything from a picture to the actual thing. Visuals just help your audience follow the flow of your illustrated speech. Some tips you want to keep in mind when choosing visuals are you want to keep it simple, you don't want to overexpose it, you just want to blend it in, you don't want it to be outstanding, and like I said before, you want to keep it simple. If it's too complex, audiences are just going to get more confused. And also, if it has text on it, you don't want to read the text, you just want to refer to it. One of the most important things to do when preparing for a speech is to practice, practice, practice. And practice like you're going to give it. It'll make it sound more natural. So if you have visuals, practice with your visuals. What we've learned throughout this video is that we've learned how to organize a speech from the introduction to the body to the conclusion. We've also learned what you need to consider when picking out a visual, and we've also learned that you need to practice, practice, practice. If you practice, it'll come more naturally to you, and you won't be as nervous, and it also sounds better to the audience. And when you're giving a speech, you need to make sure you're talking to the people, not at the people. You want to act like it's just an everyday, day-to-day conversation.